Okay, welcome. It's gonna be a good one tonight. I've been laughing already, and we ain't even really started. So I'm excited. Hey, welcome to tonight's episode of Bathrobe Moments After Dark. I'm your host, Loren Harris, and I'm excited. Do you know, first time in history, we are booked out on Bathrobe Moments After Dark all the way through August now, and most of the people here, I'd say 99% of them are all industry people that are doing something either in radio, television, writing, acting, producing, models, dancers, just all kinds of people that are out there doing their thing. And I'm so excited about it. And tonight is no exception. We have, if you watched, I don't know, probably about a month ago now on Bathrobe Moments during the day, I had John Q on, and it was such a great interview. We had to continue here in Bathrobe Moments After Dark with John Q. If the name sounds familiar, could be for a number of reasons. Of course, there was the Denzel movie, and I know he's sick of that. Oh, you was in that movie with Denzel? You don't look like, we're going to talk about that. I bet he gets sick of that right about now. But anyway, that's not the one. The movie that we're talking about with John Q that's here tonight is actually out right now on Netflix. It's a hit. It's a great movie. I saw it myself, so I'm going to ring the bell on that. And we're going to let him tell you all about it. And I believe, I don't know, I smell Popeyes. So he's probably here. He got to bring some chicken with him wherever he go. You know that, right? Is that here? Oh, you wrong. Oh, you wrong. I wasn't ready for that. That's an inside joke. See? And you know what's funny? I was like saying, I feel bad about making that little chicken crack. You know, he's probably like, how you just gonna say I brought chicken? Why couldn't I brought sushi? You know, but, right? You know what times we living in. But we had a little joke, y'all, before we came up because he was like, "How's my light? Can I get up?" And he said he got up to go turn on. And I tried to stop him. Bless your heart. Another light, I'm go change it. You just dark, right? And so he got me back. Oh, John Q. We do a lot of laughing, and we've never even met in person yet.
Nope.
Wow, I can't. You know, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. Congratulations on the movie. It's doing well. I'm hearing nothing but great things, and I understand because I watched it myself. How are you, John Q?
I'm good. You got me crying from laughing so hard.
Boy, you had me crying, for real. If they could have seen backstage. But anyway, so good to have you back, but here for the first time on After Dark. What's going on?
Oh man, I'm tired. It's hot. It's like 105 degrees out here right now
And you're where?
in California.
California, are you up north?
Up north.
In the mid.
Up north.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be cooler there.
No, I'm more.
No, that's a lie.
I'm going towards the country.
Okay. How's the social distancing and stuff out there now? What phase are you guys in?
I have no clue because everybody I see, they run around with masks, rubber gloves on, like dishwashing gloves, and some are not, and I don't know.
So the majority of the people around where you're at are still following it, right?
No.
No, they're not following it.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
People, they fed up. They're fed up.
you know what? I don't know. I'd rather be fed up than dead. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to go out like that. No, Corona. That's it. That's it for me. I'm not trying to go like that. And man, well, they're opening it back up here. I believe that here in the Chicagoland area, we are officially inside of stage 4 as of June 1st, which is coming up here in just a few. So we're looking forward to it. But you know what? It's a personal choice. I ain't trying to run all out in the middle area. I'm gonna watch and see what happened to those that do first. So hey, so how's this affecting you now with auditions and stuff? And are you guys back to working? Are people filming and doing stuff? How's that going?
I'm doing some other type of filming, but no, Hollywood's supposed
Wait a
to be
minute.
Huh?
I know we on After Dark and all, but what you talking about? Some other kind of?
Oh,
my grandmama watching.
No,
You
I'm
know,
trying
I'm
to
too
get this
old to have
light
a
again
grandma.
for you. I'm trying to get this light for you, but no, it's like you ever seen the characters in like green suits and blue suits doing green screen work and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so stuff like that is like 3 or 4 people, and you're distance, but you're not that far apart. And
So what are you guys able to audition for stuff virtually? Have you
yeah,
heard of anything like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Because it
yeah.
seems like you could if they sent you, emailed you the script and stuff.
Yes, they did.
So
Yep.
then they say, okay, let go live. Now show us what you got.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. No, I mean, show us what you got.
I'm working on the light, and you want me to show you what I got?
Yeah,
I'm working
that's
on the light.
good. Okay, do a piece of the thing. I got it on my phone. You
Which
said the
one?
other day. Oh, y'all, he see this. See, this is how you do this. You see, look, watch this. Catch him up. This called Catch him up 101. Catch him up 101. Pay attention. So on my phone, I saw where you said the other day. Oh, you can call anytime. I ain't doing nothing but studying scripts or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, pick up one and let us see what you got.
I would have to leave here, go get one, and come back, and then I got to get in trouble for NDA. And
Oh, you
you want me
good.
sued? You want me
You
sued?
good.
You want
I
me
don't.
sued?
Okay, so it is a regular movie though, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's a new
You scared
project.
because because I heard a rumor through some people I knew used to work for the cousin of somebody that used to cook food around the corner from TMZ.
There's a script for you right there.
That could be anything. Wait a minute. Wait.
I just may let you see all the information, but you see the yellow, right?
The
Those are
yellow. What's
lines.
that? Your lines?
Yes.
Uh-oh. So can
Yeah.
you? Okay, tell us this. You don't have to say no names or anything, but what genre is it? Is it romance? Is it drama? Is it action?
This one is a documentary kind of like because we're doing some history of some people that were really just put like this in Janet Jackson life. Christopher, not Christopher, no, Alexander O'Neill. These guys worked with these guys and produced them for music. They're big. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna let it
Don't get in
go.
trouble.
So I'm working on a project, and it involves
Wait, we getting ready to get to school. Hold on, let me start a watch party. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
it involves the guys that produced for Alexander O'Neill, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. Um, whew, there's so many people he produced for. It's two of them, two guys. They Morris Day. They produced for Morris Day. They produced for Prince. Worked with Prince. They two brothers. They're in L.A.
Does
They,
one of them's name start with J
I can't tell you that.
and the other one start with T?
I can't tell you that.
It's them.
I can't tell you
I
that.
ain't gonna say it though.
So that's a
Ooh,
new
this wine
project.
getting good, huh?
Yeah, it's a new
Cheers.
project. Yeah. We
Oh, see,
start.
this is after dark. You drinking water?
Oh yeah. I don't
That's
drink. Remember,
California. That ain't Chicago. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh.
I'm back bodybuilding. I can't drink. I gotta put some muscles on.
Oh, you must. Oh. Okay. So
Yeah.
you got something coming up, don't you?
I got a few things coming up.
Yeah. Anything there you can talk about?
The other project is called Clearing. That one is a very well. I'm gonna say what I know about it. It's a pretty good movie from reading the script of some cops that basically have to go to a small town that doesn't show.
Cops.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Well,
There's fighting words in a lot of
well,
places right now. You be like,
well,
anybody?
I'm,
Right.
I'm playing the good cop because I'm a detective. And
Well,
I have
you really can act.
yeah, I have to discover
I'm saying some
have
people.
to,
Okay,
have
wait
to,
a minute.
yeah.
Let's talk about that. We can't
Okay.
keep dancing around it because I'm gonna keep cracking on it. You tell me I'm playing good cop here. You better be able to act. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I have
What
a
you
lot
about,
of
Willie?
friends that are in law enforcement that are great people, and
Mhm.
I would not want to defund the police or any of that stuff because I'm gonna be the first one to be called on. No. So, but to talk about that, what's it like to take on a role, John? When you got to do research, y'all got to do research. You call somebody you knew that was one or that worked as one or something. I would assume. So when you're dealing in a world like we are right now with what's going on with the us and them thing with the police and Black Lives Matter and all that, does that change how you're going to approach playing a cop as a black man?
The way their script is written for me, um, I'm able to change certain things I like and certain things I don't like, but it changes my perspective a little bit. But the research, I did that growing up as a kid, so it was easy to kind of decipher between what's going on right now and then what I see on an everyday basis and see growing up.
Yeah.
So I have quite a bit of family members that's in law enforcement. I have quite a bit of family that's
Oh, you do.
in the streets. I got quite a bit of family that is in in the courts and stuff. But
Yeah. Oh,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, it's a role, and my job is to make the audience want to see what not to do and what to do. If
What
that
if
makes
you
sense.
had? Can we do it? It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. But I
Yeah.
want to ask this question because sometimes you see actors and actresses playing roles, and you go, "Ooh, I bet you that was a real tough decision to play that role because of what it was speaking." And so let's say hypothetically, what if you were reading for a role of a bad cop, black man? Because of all the political things going on and whatnot, and you were thinking, well, maybe they're just trying to make me play the role of a bad cop as a black man to show them that all you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would have to really evaluate that first because again, I want to leave this earth with people being able to say positive things that they sing. But I know also when you look at movies, people sometimes tend to base that character on who you really is in real life, and
mm-hmm.
that's something that's out of control. We have no control over that, and
This is right. Now, speaking of control, I want to put your heads up on something, young bud. I'm that uncle right now. I'm the one y'all keep upstairs, right?
hide you out,
He got
hide
out.
you out.
He got out. Look,
Give him his Viagra, give him his pills, give him everything, hide him.
send him back upstairs, right? Listen, you gotta be careful that you don't play a role too good.
Yeah.
For instance, I'll give you an example. Do you know how many years I roamed the streets when I was out in California looking for that woman that played Selena's manager in that show? Remember Selena the singer, and that manager killed her. That little woman, that actress. I was looking for the actress. Like
Wow.
if I ever had run into her, like in her real life, I
Yeah,
don't know what would have happened.
yeah.
You ain't you the one you killed someone? She played it so well.
Yeah.
So what about that? Has someone ever run into you after seeing you in something and
I haven't
tied you? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
haven't experienced any of that yet. Remember, I'm fairly new, but I haven't experienced it yet, so I got a long road to go. So, we'll find out down the line. But
I forget you're new because you've
yeah,
done so much.
yeah. I'm following Denzel's wisdom and knowledge that he puts out there, and that's really big to me because the things he say and how he display um, just his value of acting and the rules
Mm,
that he will follow and won't follow. That's
mm,
big to me. And there's other Sidney Poitier, other bigger actors, but I think
sure.
Denzel has been my time where Billy D was my mom's time. But Denzel's been my time, and then
Right.
being able to work with Jeffrey Wright, he basically told me here's a baton, take it and run with it.
Wow.
So that was
Wow.
big. That was big.
So Denzel is your favorite black male actor?
He's one of them. I have quite a bit of few
Me too.
favorites,
Me
but
too.
I,
Who
I,
who's next? Who next?
Samuel L.
Wait,
Jackson.
no, wait. See, I'm gonna say it. Wait, anxious ass. Right. Okay, Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, now I'm gonna say yes or no on this next one.
Okay.
Ernie Hudson.
Uh, eh, I haven't
You,
I haven't studied him. I haven't studied him.
really? I said
Yeah.
it because he's from the same hometown. That was a trick.
Oh,
See,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
Ernie
okay,
Hudson. But I
okay.
like him because he can do TV and he
Yeah,
worked constantly. He
yeah,
worked
yeah.
constantly. Yeah. So okay, Samuel. Oh, what's that other guy? Forrest Whitaker.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget his name too. He's definitely incredible. Right now I've been studying Edrix. What's
Who?
his name? Edrix. I can't think of his name. He played quite a bit of movies, but he played the
Okay.
last one he did was with Hobbs and Jobs. He played the bad guy in Hobbs and Jobs.
Okay. Okay.
Seldom. I cannot. Butchering his name. His last name is Edrix. What is his first
Hmm.
name?
I
He's
know one name you need to be looking out for.
Who is
Because I
that?
think I'm premonition right now. Ooh, la, la, ba, da, ooh, shit, ba, da, handa. I'm speaking in tongues. I'm laying hands on you. Laying hands. Listen. I better watch me get blown up. I better shut up. Right? Well, smoking in the chair, and not in a good way. Listen. You ever think about? Do you ever think? that you would like to do a comedy like with somebody like Kevin Hart?
Yeah, that would be fun.
I can see that.
That would be fun.
I can see that.
I'll
But
be
wait a
picking
minute,
on him. I'll be picking on
huh?
him all the way. I'll pick on him all the way through the
That's
movie.
what he would love. Oh, you don't want to crack on him.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, he got the good stuff.
whoop that little ass.
See, well, I don't know now. They say he quick as lightning.
Hey, I used to be a boxer. I still got hands.
Okay, okay. What
Nah,
about somebody like Will Smith?
Will be fun. I would love to work with Will. I love to work with Martin. I would love to work with Kevin. I definitely love to work with Cat in the Hat. Well, y'all know him as Cat Williams. We don't.
Cat Williams.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
Cat
call him
Power.
we
Right.
call we call him Cat in the Hat from Oakland because when he used to be in Oakland, more comedy in Oakland.
So let me ask you this. So is it really, John, because you're just getting started and you're doing well. I saw you in your little picture with the Emmys and stuff. Tell the
Yeah.
truth. You could sleep it all the night before that, could you? How many times
No,
you try that suit on?
oh no, actually, you know what? The funny thing, I
You
was
had that
fine with
thing
all
on for
that.
3 days before you went. Quit playing. You was excited. How many times you had it on?
Shit, one time, cause I had to pick it up the day before I flew out.
What was it like?
Uh,
Seeing
the
the people, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. You're actually doing it. You're on sets with lights, camera, all that stuff. You know, you remember when you used to be one of us that just always gazed at the screen and we see backstage and stuff, but it's not like when you guys are working. How different is it today for you
it,
when you're working as opposed to what you thought was star?
it's not that much is different to me, cause when you grew up in the projects, you consider a star if you're one of the biggest D boys. So
Mm,
you know what I'm saying. So
I
you
do.
have your position that you play. So I guess as my journey to me, this is someone asked me this the other day, not to change your question.
No,
They
change.
asked me, they said, when will you feel that you made it?
Mm,
And I said, I will feel that I made it when I made an impact in the world in a movie that was heartfelt for someone. That's when I will feel I made it because I want something that will impact our minds, our bodies. Like when you looked at the movie Fence with
yeah,
with Denzel, it was impactful. It was very impact.
sure.
When you look at um, a lot of the movies that have like real stories based on real lives, where people have really lived that life,
Hmm.
and you can relate to it. It's an impact. So my biggest thing is I want to make sure that somewhere in my career that I get one, if not two or three,
I
just
get it. Just
one movie
one.
that can just impact the world on every ethnicity, every emotion,
Uh huh.
everything to think of. Um, and it just bring you to tears, but it bring you to joy, it bring you to smile. It just every phase of emotion you go through, and I just want to have something like that.
You'll have it. You may have already done it.
I
That's what
hope.
we get to decide. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, you have this great movie out right now. Talk about that. What was that like? And
Um.
what was it like when you got the role? I heard you didn't even want it at first.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't at first because
Tell everybody what the movie is.
so the movie's called All Day and Night. It's based on a young man that is he's trying to do his best to survive and live, but he's torn between a rock and a nail because his father don't I want to say his father wasn't educated enough to be able to pull himself out the ghetto, but he's doing the best he can to survive by what he know and how he was raised.
Mm.
And the mother want more, but it looks like the mom had that like a standard um urban they call it I'm just gonna say ghetto choice, but to me I think it was
Well,
just
it is.
living my lifestyle growing up. It looks like a young man that basically he wants to do right, but he's torn to do wrong because that's all he's being taught. He don't have no one to educate him or teach him another way out of the game. So me being in my position, I come in. I was already in the game before. I had did everything, but I'm the good guy in so many ways. I bail him out of jail, and um, I'm hoping to teach him some things. But he just got this real bad attitude, and we get into it. There's more scenes, of course, that they
Yeah,
didn't show, but it's kind of like I was supposed to be the good guy, stepfather type good guy to give him like hope or something, I guess.
I get it. Let me ask you this. This is out there. I'm known for that, coming up with them questions. They're going, what the hell? Right. Well, think about I want to know this. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, well, first of all, have you ever thought about writing? Do you have anything
No,
again? You
no,
never thought you don't think you'll ever write a movie or
I
write a
don't.
screenplay?
I don't know.
The very ones that do it.
It's kind of like the acting. I didn't really think about acting. I
See,
just, you know,
told you.
yeah. So I don't know.
Okay. The reason I asked is because I wondered, do you think we'll start seeing and this of course I don't expect you to really know, but I'm assuming it's gonna happen. When they're gonna start coming out with those movies about all those young
Yeah,
black
yeah,
men that have lost their
yeah,
lives.
yeah,
You know that, right?
yeah.
How would you feel about playing in one of those?
I love it. I love
Just
it
to get that story out
because
there, you think?
I lived that life before, so it's not hard to really relate to that. That's
Hmm.
something you grew up seeing all the time. For every one black man you see on TV killed, is 1,000 been killed that ain't never been seen on TV.
Exactly, exactly. Do you believe that there's such a thing as driving while black?
Yep,
How would you know?
grew up in the projects.
So you've
You
seen it.
drive up, get pulled over. You drive out, get pulled over. You look a certain way, you get pulled over. I mean, it's haven't changed. Nothing's changed. It's still the same. It needs to change. It's gonna have to change.
Speaking of things that change or may have changed or haven't changed, have you ever gone out to read for a role that, I mean, how do you know it's the black character? Do they call you and say, we got a black gang leader? Or can you go and read? Do you go for, you know what I'm saying, for real? You go, why is it the way I say black? See,
Yo,
y'all,
now come
y'all
to
real
me.
serious. Why you say it like that? Right.
A black. I need you to be a black
Yeah,
chef.
right. Something like that. So, but I'm saying, can you read for a role that has no color
I can read for any
and make
role.
it your role? But how does that work?
This is what I've taught myself, and I don't know if it's the actual art of acting because I've never took acting classes. Is you take the paper, what's on that paper, and you make it into the character that you see, and
Mm.
you make enough options to where you can give them different type of characters or different type of views that they may want. Um, I kind of noticed that when I got this role, well, the last role I did, they had me do different roles: a good guy, a bad guy, a caring person, a nonchalant person. So that kind of helped me learn how to take the lines that I get, and they have little writing to the side what type of person
Hmm.
it should be and everything. But it's a matter of just kind of turning into who you want it to be.
Okay, I know one question I've been dying to ask an actor and
What's
never
that?
had a chance. And when I'm around them, I be all nervous and stuff. I forget, but I remember tonight. So I want to know, you okay? You know how you be in a scene with somebody and they be right here. Look, Uncle Bill, I'm telling you, I can't do this no more. Or whatever. And Uncle Bill start talking. You do sometimes you ever have to be in a scene and somebody's breath kicking
uh,
and you be like,
I haven't had the bad breath, but I had the scene where the girl was so close to my face, we damn near kissed, and I was like, you can see the glaze in her eyes, like,
ooh,
ooh, I'm
and
like,
she was
oh
in
no.
her role.
I've had that happen, but
So, do you ever play off of the person? Where I mean, where the person is so good
yeah,
that
yeah,
you really believe that's so
yeah.
you really
I did they shot it at my house. It was an independent, supposed to be a film, but I don't. They never released it. About 3 years ago, and there was a scene and I didn't know my lines.
they?
Um,
I hate to tell you this, John. They released the film.
they did. Trust
This
me,
is
they
time
did.
you learn. Sit down, little young blood. Let Uncle tell you about the cutting room floor. There's a thing known as the cutting room floor. That film was out in Thailand. I'm telling you, it was released in Madagascar. Yo, black ass wasn't in it. I'm just, I'm kidding. I'm
Hey,
kidding. I'm kidding.
I was a pastor, and I knew some of my lines, and I
I
didn't know them
just,
all.
oh, you were a pastor in the
Yeah,
movie.
but
Okay.
I had I piggybacked off her because she was going off on me, and I just kind of went into that mode to where I was like, I'm in the hood. You just cussed me out, and I done
Mm.
did all this for you and everything, and I just went off.
Do you ever are there actors who have taken classes and you know what I mean or been in
Yeah.
more things or something? Is there like a pecking order? I mean, there are people you know. Do you ever work with people that think they all that and they not
Yeah.
really all that, or what's that
I,
like?
I haven't worked. I've worked with a couple, but I met more people that feel like they're entitled to more and they deserve more because they don't know who I am or they don't know what I've
Oh,
done. and that's fine with me. I don't,
Right.
I'm a regular individual like anybody else. However, um, matter of fact, example would be I went for a new agent in LA. This was about almost a year ago,
Okay.
and I'm in LA. And if you know LA, you know how people can act down in LA sometimes. Not everybody, but a portion. And I'm in the
Mm.
office, and he's reading my resume, and he's talking to me, and the gentleman says, "Well, I'll tell you what. This is my business card with my personal phone number. If you want me to assign you to my agency, you give me a call in 7 days." And I looked at him like, "Me give you a call? I get to make the decision if I want you to sign me." Like, yeah. So as I walk out the
Oh.
door, everybody that was in the room that wasn't speaking to me when I was there for the meeting, they all want to be my friend and buddy. I looked at them and walked out the door like, okay, now since y'all heard what I'm working on and what I'm doing, I left out. But you get a lot of people that they look for come up. That's what I'm learning. You find a lot of people just looking for a come up.
When you're inside of something that's going on, something that's got some light emitting from it,
Yeah,
everybody's there. But
yeah,
yeah, you're right. I know. I used to live out there. I had my little moment. I remember that. And when the
yeah,
when the news trucks and all that stuff stop coming.
yeah,
So do they. So
yeah.
do they. So let me ask you: What's it like in your family now that people? What's it like? Well, what's it like when you can go and sit in a theater, John, or sit and see yourself on a big screen? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like you've I mean, how does it make you feel? Did you ever really think you would be doing what you're doing today?
No, I had no
How do you
clue.
think you got there? What do you attribute it to?
For me, just motivation and determination. That's it. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't, a lot of times for me, it's the curiosity of wanting to try something that people say that they couldn't do.
Mhm.
I hear people with the stories. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been doing it for 15 years, and you're still in the same position. So I have to figure out what it is that you did that didn't work for you. Was it that you wasn't the right type? You
Mhm.
wasn't the right person? You wasn't fully um, engaged to doing this? Did you
Mhm.
stop off and go do something else? And all the stories I heard was people were saying, "Oh, I stopped to go raise my family, and they came back," or they said I didn't fit the scene, and I just quit. It's like everyone quits. No one just really stays at it,
And
and that's
it is the kind of Michael Toy says that
yeah. You can't stop. You just
you
gotta
just got to keep going.
when they throw them blows at you, them punches, just
Yep.
duck them and go. Keep coming in.
Well, you got to have a lot of self confidence to do what you guys do because you get more no's than you get yeses, right?
Yeah. For every yes I got, I probably got 1,000 no's.
Are you exaggerating or you were serious?
I'm serious because I don't pay attention, and it's psychologically for me. No to me just means it ain't your time. That's all it
Right.
means. It
That's
ain't
all.
your
It's
time.
not yours.
That
Because
was
no
just an
one can take your
audition.
blessing and you can't take anyone else's blessing.
Right. I was auditioning for my next role when you said no. So that's how I take it.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was warming up. I was just practicing with you. Okay, now let me go to the next person.
So, John, have you only done like movies and things, or have you done commercials? Do you do? What about television? How would you feel about that?
I'll do it all. As long as I don't do theater. I can't do theater. That right there, that's hard. I bow down to theater. Theater, I bow down because
Really?
the people
Why?
in theater.
Because it's a live audience.
No, the lines that you got to learn in the theater, it's all the way through. In the movies,
Mm,
you shoot your scene and stop. Go back,
right.
repeat my line. What's the line? Okay, let's go. You
I
know,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
and I've been blessed enough to remember my lines like in 15 minutes. But at the end of the day, theater is it's a monster. It's a beast. Oh, it's a beast. You get
Is
stuck
it?
on that. I'm sorry. Go
Well,
ahead.
well, it's a lot of stuff. You now don't discredit what you do because there's a lot of stuff that goes into that too. I know you have to know your blocking, you have to know your cues, and
Yeah,
and all kind of stuff, and then
but
act while you're at it.
theater is a whole different ball
Oh yeah,
game.
it
You
is. It
don't you
really
don't
is.
you don't get to mess up and start over. You mess up, you got to keep going.
I see what you're saying. Theater is like baking is to cooking. Because cooking, you mess something up. Ooh, it's too salty. You can do something to fix it.
You can't
But
fix
if
theater.
but when you baking, once that joint's in the ain't no going back. How you gonna
No,
unbake it? Right.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Listen, we're gonna go to a break here in just a second for about a minute or two for a word from the sponsor. When we come back, we're gonna ask John how he got started, What was it that he heard and answered to as far as the calling to do what he does today? I think there's a little more than just a little something in there as far as the story, and we're going to find out when we come back. So, John, we'll be back in just a second. You stay put now. Don't go away. Don't try to get out of here.
Give me some food real quick. Give me some Popeye chicken. Popeye chicken.
Right. There you go. We'll be back in just a couple minutes, everybody. Crazy. I told y'all. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's Loren Michaels-Harris, and tonight's guest here on Bathrobe Moments After Dark. Man, that's a something fly at your mouth. John Q's here. What are you eating?
Chicken.
Oh, you really did have some?
And Popeyes is grilled chicken. I make my own chicken.
You make your own. Oh, yeah. So you have quite the routine. Speaking of chicken, protein, because you're on. You work out and you have a pretty segmented, or how would we say it? Your routine every day is pretty cut and dry all the time.
Right now, yeah.
Take us through a typical day for John Q. Starting at what time in the morning? What time do you get up?
6 in the morning. Lately, I got this dog. I got an old English bulldog now, so she's a puppy. So that's a new child. Get her up, walk her, feed her, check my stocks, do my cryptocurrency, wash my face, brush my teeth, do the standard, eat breakfast. So for breakfast, I usually eat about 4 eggs and oatmeal. My meals are always prepped on Sunday. I prep them for the whole week. Then I leave out, go to the gym, work out, eat after that, go over my paperwork, see my schedule, like talk to the agents, go to the studio, check them, see what I need to do in the studio if I got any work to do, pay some bills, come home and go sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a life anymore right now. I just kind of grind right now.
How do you hear about acting opportunities? Those agents that you just mentioned, or do you also look for yourself at the same time? Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, that's how I started looking. I'm just now getting an agent. The last time we talked, I didn't have no agent.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, tell us about this new agent. Congratulations.
Well, it's 2 of them. We in negotiation. We already got the contract. I just haven't signed yet. It's up to me to sign or not. I'm going to sign. I just kind of wanted to really just go over the contract. A lot of times people give you contracts and you be so happy you just sign, you don't read them. I read them. I don't care if they're 16 pages. I'm reading every line in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're one of the top ones that's out there, and they do everything from theater to voiceovers to modeling, the whole shebang. They have a whole.
So what
team
will
for
they
all
do
that.
for you?
Well, their job is to get me work, but they found my qualities. They say that was very, very unique. So let's see what they do.
So how's you knock on their door, or do they come and say, "Hey, we saw you in this new movie on Netflix. Do you have representation?" Is that which way did it go?
Most time you either go knock on the door, but if you done some big, they come knock on yours. This situation, this gentleman Anthony that I was telling you about,
Mm.
he just like, hey, I know you don't have an agent. You should check out the company I'm signed with. And when he mentioned the name of the company, I already knew who the company was, but I didn't know he was signed with them. He said, man, I'm gonna put a word in from you because they love you. Sure enough, you put a word in. Next thing you know, they hit me about a week later.
They say a lot of the best opportunities come from word of mouth.
Yeah,
Who you know, that sort of
yeah.
thing. So, so how's it work? Is it difficult, like at first when you're just getting started, if you have an agent, and then say you get a manager, you got PR, all those people that get a percentage, they can start that can start to add up.
It does.
So does see a lot of people think that all actors that you see in movies and all actors if you see them on television that they're making millions and millions of dollars. That's not exactly the case at the
No,
beginning, is it?
no, no. It's funny because I cannot say this girl. What's her name? Hash. Tiffany Hash.
Tiffany Haddish.
She straight told you up front. She made $6,000 on the movie that made millions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her first movie was that girl strip, and she only got paid 6,000. I think it was. She said.
But she
So
took the opportunity to be seen.
yeah,
And look at her now. She's
it's
good too.
it's sometimes just making the right decision. It's that saying, play chess, don't play checkers.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. And how much of what you do is based on instinct, John?
I think all of it is for me
Mhm.
because for me, I look at life, and I look at what's going on, and I look at the suffering, I look at the heartache, I look at the pain, and I don't want to live like that.
Mhm.
So I want to make a difference, but to make a difference, you got to have something to make a difference.
Amen.
You know, people always say, "I want to make a difference, I want to make a difference," but they ain't got nothing to make a difference. That's good. That's good to have in your heart. You want to make a difference, but if you don't have no kind of finances or some kind of support to help you,
Mhm.
you can't make a difference.
If you were talking to a set of parents or a single parent of a kid, let's say from someplace in the Midwest, a little town, say in Indiana or a suburb of Detroit, and their child was speaking about having a dream to come out there and be an actor or a singer or just get in the business. And the parent called you and said, "Well, what do you think, John? Should I let my 22-year-old come out there to the land of Lala?" What would you say to him?
Honestly, I would need to meet that person before I can get my answer. I have to meet the 22-year-old because if he not strong or she not strong, it's gonna eat her alive. It's gonna eat either one of them alive.
That's what I was
So
wondering. Why do you say
my
that?
my answer would
What
be no until I meet him
what makes you? What do you mean when you say eat them alive? Talk about that. What
because
is that? Because that's real, and people we never get to hear about that unless it's in a tabloid, and you can't believe half of that.
I mean the way people propose things to you, the stories they tell you, the things they promise you, you get caught up. And at that age, 21, like my mother used to say, you don't know nothing till you're 30. 21, 22, they willing to do any and everything to get that fame, that glory. They've been done everything under the sun, and it don't take them nowhere, but just make them another mark on the street for a victim of whatever circumstance it may be, whether it's drugs, whether it's molestation, whether it's rape, whether it's anything of that sort. And and it's rare you get a lucky opportunity for someone to be trustworthy to really say, "Hey, I'm gonna take you under my wing, and I'm gonna bring you in and show you how to do this." You rarely ever get that. You don't find people like that.
Speaking of that type of person, that's interesting you say that because the mutual friend that we share, Michael Toy,
Yeah,
everybody says that about him.
yeah,
Everybody says that he, and I think that's what makes his light shine so brightly,
yeah,
because he's the exception to the rule. If you,
yeah. He's one out of a million,
he really is. He really
I-
is.
and don't want nothing in return.
No, and that's why where he and I are so different. Because I'm getting ready to tell you right now. If you feel free, Phil Froggish, jump. I'd love for you to spit something out of your mouth right now that I could possibly sell the footage for a few years from now for several $1,000,000. So feel free.
I'll tell you what you could sell. We got.
Uh,
I'm shooting this on my own company. I opened up my own company called Mobby Films and Pictures and Films,
oh,
and I decided to shoot one independent movie. I got a very talented writer, but I also am shooting a comedy, and it's called the A Tracks. So the group is called A Track. It's me and a friend of mine that I grew up with for 20 years.
uh-huh.
and the show is called Bringing Back Vinyl.
Okay.
So what we're doing in the show is we bringing everything from the 60s, the 70s to today's world, and we're trying to live our life like these youngsters going to the gym, going to the clubs, but we outdated, but we think we the sharpest things walking the street. And
Mm-hmm.
we mess up everything. We go to the gym, we got a trainer, we working out in platforms and suits and ties and wigs, and we just mess up everything. We taking people's songs and we rewriting them, changing the words, and we just messing up the whole generation of everything that was good. We just mess it up, but we
And
take
those
it
were
to
some
how to
good
think.
generations. I would know.
Right. So it's comedy. It's comedy. I'll send you the trailer of some of
Trailer.
it.
Wrong answer. You were not supposed to say. You're supposed to say, "I'll send you a script. I think there's a part in there for you,
It's been
Loren."
done. It's already done. We did this last year.
Can you talk about something upcoming
Um,
at this point, preferably with
um,
space in it for a 58-year-old African American Bill Cosby lookalike? Jello pudding.
how about the horror movie? That's what
No,
we're working on.
absolutely not.
Why not?
Cause I can't even watch a horror movie, let alone be in one.
Yeah, you can.
No,
Once you in a horror movie one time, you can watch a horror movie anytime, anywhere, any place.
no,
Trust me.
no,
When you
no.
see
Thank
how
you,
it's done,
sir.
how it's shot, you will be like, "Oh, it's easy. That ain't real."
No. I got enough PTSD in my life. I'm already on ADHD medication. No, thank you.
You'll be the killer.
No. Oh, no, that really ain't gonna work. If I was gonna be in a horror movie or something, you know who I'd probably want to be?
Oh,
I'd probably want to be the friend. No, you don't want to be the friend with the pretty white girl. Because you know, she get to live longest in the movie, but her friends die quick. They die,
Well,
no, never mind. You know, because she, somebody got to be there because she kept backing up falling from the killer. You know that every time you watch one of those movies and the girl is like too busy turning around looking, and then they trip on a
a
root
body
or something.
yeah, and
Yeah,
fall.
and then they crawling backwards and say, no, if it was one of us,
We're
if it
done.
was a
It's
sister,
done.
Flojo. So listen, let me ask you this. I know you probably had this question before, but maybe, yeah, you have. So John, the world you live today and the life you're living today and all that you get to do and that you hope to do, when you first thought about doing this, how far did you allow yourself to dream? If that makes any sense. I mean, were you dreaming like, I want an Oscar, I want a television show, or I want what did you see, and how does it line up with what's really happening in your world?
I didn't see anything in the beginning. That's the funny thing. In the beginning, it was just a way to make a third line of income and
Oh,
a second or third line of income.
that's why it's worked.
And once it started playing itself, and I learned the kind of money you can make, I start to dig into it and I start to investigate what is the secrets that get you where you need to go and what I need to look out for and what um, the pros and cons is. And after the first movie, you just every step you learn something. And for me, I believe as you learn something every day, but every negative has a positive. So every time I seen something negative, I found a positive in it, and
Mhm.
that's how I kind of found myself doing what I'm doing, because the negative that I was going to do that could have landed me in prison or
Mm,
dead
mm,
allowed me to hit this movie
mhm.
by cutting that negative and going positive with the second thing that moment, because that's why I felt I didn't deserve it, because something had happened and basically I had to file bankruptcy. I had lost so much money from bad investments that the person that made me lose my money, I was ready to do something to him.
Edit. Right.
And
Right. I know. Right.
the blessing was I didn't, and I don't know what God sound like, but that day he was like, take that L,
Mm.
take it, just take it, because if you don't, you're gonna regret it. And we,
L.
yeah, loss.
Oh, I thought you meant the ELL. If you
Oh
was in
no,
Chicago, wait.
nah.
So
Take the loss, and I took it.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. You how much when you do you mind talking about
Anything.
your
I don't
young
know
your younger lives? Okay,
anything.
what was it like for you as a kid?
My mother was a welfare recipient. Education was ninth grade. She was a very caring mother. She did her best raising all her kids.
Hmm.
Grew up poor, handy down clothes.
Hmm. How many
My
siblings?
I got three younger brothers. I didn't meet my older brothers until I was in my 30s.
Oh,
So um, my mom did a great job. My mother was one of the mothers that everybody loved in the neighborhood.
yeah,
She'd never leave you out staying on the street. You could always stay at her
yeah,
house.
right.
Everybody loved my mom, but
Okay.
my mom was afraid to advance her life because her mother kept her babysitting her brothers and sisters. My mother was the oldest, and my mother had, I think, seven brothers and sisters, like April,
Wow.
Shell, Fifi, Michael, Skippy. I think it's six of them, and she always was forced to babysit, so she could never go and get a trade or do anything. So my mother was like the babysit queen. But my family used my mother as the neutral person because my mother was loved by everybody in the family, all through different sides of the family and everything. So she
Mhm.
was that person. And growing up, I just wanted to give her the world. And I couldn't think of no other way because I didn't know no other way because what she's teaching me to do was go to school, get an education, make some out myself, be better, do this and do that. But what I wanted was to buy her a house, buy her a car. I wanted to do this, wanted to do that. And at 12 years old, I decided to go to the streets and start selling drugs.
Mm.
And eventually I got out the game, but I bought her house. I bought her car. I bought her these things. And, it still wasn't enough because she never really wanted it. She,
Not like that anyway.
no, no.
How do you
And,
feel about that now, John?
um,
Do you still feel like you did those things? Or because of the way you got them for her, do you feel now you have this opportunity? Do you feel like, maybe I need to read? How do you feel about that?
well, I say this. I
It's the
wouldn't,
whole ill-gotten gains thing, is
I
what I'm
wouldn't
calling
change what I done. The only thing I would change that back then is that I didn't have a lot of time for my kids, my older kids, my daughter and my son. I didn't have a lot of time. My idea of being a parent was um, giving them money.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let's back
Yeah,
up to that real quick because I think
yeah,
that warrants, especially now with these conversations with a black man. It's a
yeah,
big deal, and we got an opportunity here to talk about some things that people rarely get to hear. So let's talk about that.
yeah,
So you said you did what you had to do.
yeah.
Now, at the beginning of the hour, we were talking about you playing the role of a good cop and
Hmm.
all that. So what's it like knowing both sides of it? I mean, do you feel when you hear stories about whatever it is, black on black crime, racial things with the police and black young men, driving while black, Black Lives Matters, et al., any of the above?
I
Do
experienced it
you
all.
do you feel do you feel like some of the choices you made weren't choices at all? It was all that there was. Talk about that if you could. I don't know how to exactly frame it, but I think you know what I'm
we
getting at.
we always have a choice, but if you don't have the intelligence or someone there to mentor you or to guide you to know the choice you have, you're going to take the road that you see. The road I seen was the D boys with the Dayton's on the car, painted rims, painted tires, custom made interior, flipped out cars, nice houses, jewelry, money, women. You see that, and that's the
You are
limelight,
not running out of things there. I
right?
see that.
Yeah, that's the life you see, and then you the one that's
Shiny object syndrome.
right. So you the one that's growing up, and you got these handy down clothes,
Mm,
and you like, I want to be like that. Then you
mm,
see the videos, they doing the same thing. So it's pushed in your face of going to where you're trying to go, and so you say, okay, that's the route I got to take. And then you
yeah.
got people telling you, let me put you on, let me do this to you, let me do that with you, and then you start to
Put you
learn.
on. Explain that one.
Yeah,
What
bring you
what's
in
the
the
definition
game,
of bring you in the game,
bring
get
you
you
in the game.
started, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
baller training.
Yeah, pretty much. So they can say, I'm you where you are because of me." Basically, that's what I've
Mm-hmm.
learned it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
How'd you get out? A lot of people that do things like are able to buy their mother a house or any kind of sizable investment, cars and things like that. I've heard, because I walked down that road myself back then. Uh,
right.
a lot of people say that they get addicted to those things, and that's why they say, I'm going to quit. I'm going to get out of the game. I'm going to get out. But you actually did get out. How did that happen?
Um, for me, getting out was a decision. Just want more because I started to study life. I learned more there was life in life than what it was. I mean, I went to school. I got kicked out of school. Ended up going to an all white school. got kicked out of that school. No, I didn't. Well, I did because I beat up somebody, but it wasn't my fault. It was their fault. But long story short,
Okay.
one of the biggest things I learned was,
I told you not to make me kick your ass. Okay, I get it.
um, I went to an
I get
all
it.
I went to an all white school in Sacramento my 11th grade, 12th grade year, and going to all white school and it's 3% black was really a difference coming from the hood because it's like, what? I'm here with all these preppy people, but it changed my views of thoughts in life. And this is back before, I was selling drugs then, but back before I even completely was ready to stop. And basically, when I seen the white kids say, "You fucking bitch, you cunt" to the teacher, I was like,
Mm.
did I leave the hood? Because I'm looking, I'm like, it's 3 blacks in the class or 2 blacks in the class, and the rest is white folks. You fucking bitch, you cunt, you.
Actually, say that stuff.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Mm.
So that's when I started to kind of realize you could be a straight A student. I became
Mm.
honor roll student
Wow.
for 2 months straight. I still was doing illegal stuff. I still was hustling, but I started to pick up what my brain should have been learning a long time ago. But I learned that I couldn't do it at the school in San Francisco at Balboa because the audience I was around, I couldn't be myself because I had to be this tough guy. I had to be
Mm-hmm.
this drug dealer. I had to play stupid. I had to be funny. I had to do everything to not fit in instead of saying, let me get straight A's here, but still I could do what I was doing on the
Making
street.
straight A's wasn't the cool guy.
Nah, hell nah.
So,
You.
but look at today. Let's talk about today. A lot of people don't know that. I hope you don't mind me bringing this up. But
No.
what I'm referring to is where you live now, the town you live in, and the kind of things. Isn't that interesting? That
Yes.
when you were in the preppy school and all that, and then here you are living in a town. Tell us about the town you live in. It sounds kind of like the adult version of that school.
Yeah, it's a very unique town. I'm actually in a small town. I moved from the Bay Area farther out towards
Up north in
up north.
in California.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got tired of the Bay Area sound because you hear the fire trucks, the police department, the shootings, all that. I was just I'm tired. I couldn't deal with that. So
Mm.
after I finished and got my degree, my first degree, I said, you know what? My mom has passed. My brothers ain't doing what they supposed to be doing.
That was good. That was good how
And
you slipped that in. I'm just
oh
saying that
yeah,
was good.
yeah, yeah.
My first, when I got my degree, my first degree. That was good. That was good. I'm gonna give you a
uh,
bell ring on that one. Keep going. Your
um,
mom.
yeah, she had passed in '09, so
Oh,
that was part of the reason I went on and got a degree, so I could show my little brothers that was messing up in school and everything that they could do it. But I got tired. I realized I've been around gunshots and
mm,
stabbings and police and all that before so many times, and being mistaken for this person and all that. That I said, you know what? I've left the city many times, but I always end up back because of my family. This
mm,
time I'm leaving and never coming back.
mm,
So I bought up north, and when I bought up north, I decided to pick a town, small town, with a business partner of mine, and we were just gonna buy some property and stuff and flip it. End up, my daughter said, "Dad, can we keep this house?" And I'm looking at this neighborhood
I
like,
love this
this
story.
is crazy.
I love this story.
They gonna lynch us around this place. I'm like, this don't look like no black folks live here. Got here, man, and it was all arms open. Um, I bought my business partner out. My daughter and I stayed here 6 years, and it was a breath of fresh air. It was just a whole different view. I was able to think better, make better decisions. I ended up going back to school to get a second degree,
Mm,
and I just started to realize that I can kind of help people more because now I got a peace of mind. I can, you know, give advice. And one thing I learned being there, you can't give advice to people that don't want your advice. You can't
that's
give
right.
them nothing.
That's right.
So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. And you have kids, right?
yeah. I have a 26-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
Dang. You know what question I'm about to ask?
How old I am?
Yeah.
How old I look?
See, you know what? You need to quit playing with me.
We black. We don't crack. Come on
I'm
now.
well. I'm 57. I'll be 58 in a couple weeks. Birthday coming. Just let you know. Um, I would say you're in your 40s.
Maybe,
Yeah, you are. You're not in your
maybe,
30s.
maybe.
I don't know. You look like you was managed. Remember that? You remember? You don't hear that very much anymore. Remember when you had the auntie? Shut up! You're so managed, you stink. Remember that?
Well, I
You
help
know,
you
you
out.
was,
I'm gonna help you out with this. I
Okay.
had my daughter when I was damn near 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
I was in high
Look.
school. I was in
Look.
high school.
I interviewed a black guy, an African American guy, who told me I couldn't believe this. He was, you should have seen my face. It was on Bathrobe Moments After Dark. He
Uh,
said, "Yeah, yeah, I had my first son when I was 11,
whoa,
and
whoa.
I nearly choked. I think I spit wine out of
11.
my mouth.
I
11.
think I think that's when you first start humping a pillow.
Up, no, he was humping a 16-year-old babysitter.
Oh wow.
11.
I think 11. I was humping a pillow. Shit.
Oh, I'm like, man. So listen, let me ask you, man, I can't believe the hour is over. We have like 2 minutes left. John,
Yes.
what's coming up for you? Where can people go to continue the dialogue with you? I know that they're telling them about the movie one more time that's out right now, getting rave reviews. Tell them who you are in the movie and where they can go and watch it.
The movie's called All Day and Night, starring Ashton Sanders and Jeffrey Wright. My name is Ray Ray in there.
Ray Ray.
Ray Ray. Ray Ray.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me at JohnQ, JohnQUE.com. If you go to there, you can also get a free song. There's a song that
Uh-oh.
that's playing pretty well that a lot of people like. You download. Just all you have to do is give your email. You can find me on Instagram at John Q Music. YouTube has a lot of my journey of my history of what I've done and what I'm doing on YouTube at John Q TV.
Okay.
And email me. I'll send you
That's
stuff.
right.
You
John
know?
is also a rapper, y'all, and he's good. I listened to it. I was playing it while I was cooking peach cobbler last week, so I know it was working. I got it. Look, I didn't even have to look around. That's good. So yeah. So I'm telling y'all, get over and check him out, John Q. John,
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure. I look forward to watching your star continue to rise.
Thank you.
I know that's going to happen. I'm so proud to know you. I'm so proud to call you a friend. I can't wait until we can get together face to face out there and break bread and talk about what's going to be, because that's what's going to be is what we say it's going to be, right?
Oh, hell to the yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Anytime you want to come back, you have what I call the turnstile invitation. All you have to do is push on it a little bit, and it's going to be automatically open to you. So thank you so much. I really mean that. I love you, man.
Thank you for having me, and love you too.
Okay. Okay. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Well, John Q, everybody, get over to Netflix and watch the movie. I did. I was not disappointed at all. All night and a day. All day and a night. That's really what it is. I always say it both ways, just in case I had it wrong. Get over and check it out. Thank you to John Q for joining us here tonight on Bathrobe Moments After Dark. It's been a privilege. Next week, let me see. What's next week? Today's the 23rd. So that means on the 29th. Oh, we have a model. That's right. She's coming on the 29th, and I believe it's her birthday. Demisha Merchant's going to be here. She just became the cover model for Heart of Hollywood Motion Pictures. She won a competition, beating out all kinds of people. We're going to hear all about that 1 week from today. Oh, no, 1 week from tomorrow, because I'm a day early because I have a special tomorrow night, Generational Healing, the Women, on e360.com and all of your favorite live stream channels. I'm Loren Michaels Harris. Have a blessed evening. Stay safe. Become the blessing if you're not already, and get out there and just love on everyone you can. I love you guys. Have a great night.